man, this is. Hello, everyone. This is Lawan, and this is AV Facts and Figures. I've been trying to get online or stream for so long, but it's been, an experience just trying to get out there and just do it. I guess my New Year's resolution is to do more videos because my name is searched more than 50 times a day on Google. I check the analytics, so I guess people want to hear from me or see videos. I have subscribers to this channel, and I haven't done any videos. All right, but I want to talk to you guys about legacy economics and stewardship, and this is the first video, which is a pilot program for a season of videos that will encompass wealth management in its entirety and not just wealth building. Wealth building is a part of wealth management, but we must be good stewards over our investments and our businesses. We're going to talk about a lot of things this season. We're going to talk about building family teams, family planning teams, multi-generational wealth management, investments, family dynamics, family governance, fiduciary planning, real estate, stock portfolio diversity development, quantitative planning elements, and private family banking development, and how to actually launch those projects, how to familiarize yourself with the vocabulary and the application. Because a lot of it is just vocabulary, just figuring out what these things mean and how they're going to impact us in the future. Myself, I've been trying to get people acclimated with more of a stewardship role, because if you think more about stewardship when it comes to your investment and your planning, then the right now and the building will be a little bit more of a conclusive effort when it comes to your investments and your portfolio and your business. You'll care more about it when you know you have to pass it to 3 generations. If you're thinking 3 generations ahead, you will definitely plan better. You won't take too many risks, but a calculated risk, a well-informed decision when it comes to what you invest in, okay? How the world is treating investments and how value is determined now and in the near future, or in the far future, what's to take place. So, family is important when you're building. Even if you haven't already built your own family, sons, daughters, wife, husband, so on and so forth, and how you see family. It can also be aunts, uncles, cousins, grandmother, grandfather, great aunts, great uncles. It can be the part of the family that is actually involved or want to get more involved in building wealth and managing that wealth and projecting it into the future. So we're going to be teaching about those things and what type of investments should we be looking at, and not so much as the foolery that takes place in multi-level marketing and those type of things, and pyramid schemes, and and this get rich quick things, and how people view investment return on investment, and how not to be convoluted in the idea or just confused about the idea of investments and how you approach it and how you're going to receive a return on investment. These things take time. They don't necessarily there are some investments that you can receive a return in no time, but you have to know what you're doing. Don't just trust everyone telling you, how you how should you should approach it. All right, just put your money here and just put your money there, and because this person has made the money, you can make it also. That's true in some sense, um, but we have to be informed ourselves about uh, cryptocurrency. We have to be informed ourselves about real estate. It's not enough for someone to tell me they're going to mentor me. I have to know it for myself. Okay, so I can actually manage my own expectations when it comes to returns. When it comes to returns, a person, a mentor, can't tell you when you're going to make money. No one, especially if he's empowering you to do it yourself. If he's empowering you to do it yourself, he can't tell you what your return or when your return on investment can be, because what you should first take into consideration is yourself. What kind of zeal you have towards your investment strategy. Because I can't wake you up in the morning and give you a vision or motivation on how to better yourself, or get you ready for the day. Or if I have to constantly motivate you, if I have to constantly guide you, then guess what? You're going to lose. You're going to lose and keep losing, because you need an outside source for something that takes place on the inside. Okay, if your family is your motivator, then you use that. You use that, and that's what you calculate into your when I'm going to receive a return. I think that we see just the glamour or the end result, and you don't know that these people have an inner passion. They believe that they can be the best investor in the world, and they can attach an economic model to that: profits per X. Okay, it could be profits per store visit, profits per Instagram user, profits per Facebook like, profits per however you are calculating your profits. It's going to be different from how someone else calculates profits. I don't know what Mayweather does to calculate profits. Maybe it's profits per punch, or profits per missed punch, or profits per fight. Okay, maybe that is. Okay, but then there's a lot that goes into that. Something gets him up in the morning and make him train. Okay, but we have to find an economic model to attach to our passion. And we have to consider if we can be the best in the world at it. If you can be, if you are, those two questions have to be asked. Okay, because if you don't feel like you can be the best investor in the world, quit now. Leave it alone. Okay, something has to get you ready for the world, ready for your returns. Okay, it's going to take place based on if you have the zeal, if you have the passion to get into investing. You can lay around all day, but have all the knowledge up here. I can't pull the trigger for you. You have to pull the trigger for yourself. You have to. Okay? If you don't do it, then you can't ask me when am I going to return, get a return on my money if I go into wholesaling real estate. I don't know. I don't know when you're going to receive profits. I don't care if you receive settlement money. I don't care if you have, if your family has a SFO that has over 100 million in it. You have to determine when you're going to wake up, and you're going to have to go out there into the world and do something. Do something that you can say, I'm going to be the best in the world at it, and be it. Okay, it's not enough just to have good ideas and good information. There's loads of information out here, loads of investments, things that will make you great. There's a lot. And even, I'm talking about these things now, but these things may be outdated in 6 months to a year, or 10 years down the line. Value will look different 10 years down the line. You never know. how it's being calculated. You want to discern. You want to make sure that you can know or have an idea of how value is being determined. Okay, I'm one of those people who like to teach people how to identify value, how to see where it's not just a fad, like people investing in Bitcoin and not even knowing what distributed legacy technology is. Granted, you don't need to know to see it going up, okay? But if you're going to build on it, you should build by knowing, okay, or produce something, and not just look for investment returns. Let's build something, okay? Because if you're going to build, if you're into wealth building, guess what? There's three things that have to take place. You have to have assets, accumulate assets, and cash and business. And everyone doesn't put cash into the future by holding and hoarding cash. There are many ways to do this, okay? And one of them is insurance policies. Insurance policies will allow you to project into the future cash reserves, okay, and so on and so forth. Assets, I guess, you got to have an idea of what is an asset or what is true wealth. What are these things that we want to get to the third generation or the fourth generation or the fifth generation? Other than that, there's business, sustainable business that you can project into the future. Who knows how a barbershop is going to be passed down 4 generations from now, when you have AI and robotics, and you have robot bartenders in different parts of the world. You have robot delivery men in different parts of the world. Domino's have now delivering pizzas via drones and robots. Maybe not in your area, but they're testing the market. And they have these robots. Okay, so if you're going to be in that space where, okay, I'm going to open up a Domino's franchise, or I'm going to start my own pizza franchise, okay, see how things are moving. Okay, we're not at the age or the time right now where AI is just going to take over the world like in Terminator or anything like that. But we are in a place where we're moving in a more technology standardized world. Okay, so you're going to have to know it. Knowing how to code and things like that, that's an asset to you. Okay, information is an asset. Experience is an asset. Okay, because you want to be able to have what it takes in order to deliver the wealth to 3 or 4 generations. I'm always looking to see what's taking place next, or what's popular, or what can be popular. And I come across many things, and I get many questions. When it comes to trust development, and me actually preparing a document for you, and preparing a trust document, it could just sit there in your closet. And people order them from me all the time, and they ask me the question, what do I do with this? I'm like, no, man. I'm going to tell you, but you need to learn for yourself. You need to learn in addition to what I'm telling you. If you don't learn in addition to what I'm telling you, you won't know what questions to ask me. Because I can talk all day. I can talk for hours. And you'll just sit there and say, huh, yeah. But that's not going to help you. You need to be able to educate yourself so that you can ask me questions. I love questions. Ask me questions. You can hit me on my Instagram at avfnow. Well, I'm going to say the website. Instagram is at avfnow. My Facebook is AV Financial. Those two mediums you can hit me on all the time, or send me an email, labram@avfnow.org. Okay, of course, I'm new to this. Most people do it in the beginning. But hopefully people are watching the video and they see some things and they'll get the information. Right now, this is live, so I'm just trying to, drop a few nuggets you guys can pick up on and start to look within yourself to see if you're built for this. You got to be built for the investment game. You got to be built for, the no's that you might receive on your journey. Okay, I mean, just knowing, all right, man, I need to build wealth, or like the catchphrase now is financial literacy. Okay, it doesn't. No one standardized what financial literacy is. You may think financial literacy is just getting a low interest rate on your car loan. It's not financial literacy. It's maybe art of deal making. It's not financial literacy. It's knowing when to make that purchase, or if you can afford that purchase. How much of your monthly income can you set aside, or you should have, for that purchase? Okay, what can you afford 3 times the amount? If your car note is $1,000, do you make at least $3,000 a month? Why not? If you're gonna buy a house, okay, what do you do? Financial literacy. Some people might say, oh, it's being able to close in 45 days, or financial literacy on real estate. Maybe some people may think it's, I guess, just looking at equity. Equity can change. Okay, equity can change. But even before you buy a house, you have to determine how much of a house you can afford. And who tells you that? Who tells you how much of a house you can afford? Okay? And how many people, say it's you and your spouse, and you're getting your paperwork together, and the mortgage officer is telling you, get your spouse's last 3 months of bank statements, along with the check stubs, and we're going to determine, with yours and his, your monthly statements and so on and so forth, and we're going to say how much of a house you can afford. That's wrong. That person is a professional, but that's wrong. You should only buy a house under one spouse. The other spouse, that income is for your savings, investments, and emergencies. No, living expenses should be from one spouse. One spouse. So if that one spouse makes $50,000 a year, they can only afford a house that's $150,000. No, you got to do things right. Yeah, maybe $150,000 house is not appealing to you. If it's a single family home, you should only buy a $150,000 house. Because again, that money is coming out of your monthly expenses. It's not like it's generating more income. That right there is financial literacy. You have people out here, no, they'll tell you anything to close. They don't care if you can afford it or not. I mean, we're smarter now. The banks start lending more. We have a chance if we pay attention to how we failed the first time. Pay attention that we could not afford. They say that the statistic is Black people are the least likely to get approved for a house and the most likely to lose a house. Wow, that's something else. It's powerful. That's a powerful statistic. It should make you think what's taking place here. And most of it is affordability. How to stay within your means or how to increase your means. Okay, with an investment strategy. Don't just have investments just to get approved for the house, but have investments that have a good return on investment. You know, calculating cap rates on multi-unit properties or even considering condominiums. You have less expenses than a multi-family house. And if it's in a urban area or an area where there's jobs, the train goes to it right next to the train station, you should be looking for properties there. You should be looking for condos there. I live in I live in New York, New Jersey. So train along the train route from New York and New Jersey, you should be looking at those towns where the train stops. That's where you should be buying property. You should be buying property there, especially if it's going to New York. So going from New York to New Jersey, you definitely want to check every town that's on that train route. And check the real estate and all those and buy them. You could buy a single family condominium, and you probably could get $2,500 to $3,000. You probably won't even get that from a multi-family property. Well, in this area, real estate is different all over the world, and I got to consider that I'm talking to people all over the world because this is the World Wide Web. And I just want to give people just with a perspective. Okay, no one says my perspective is the best perspective. Okay, I'm giving you things that I think about. Okay, and things that you should consider when it comes to your investment strategy, family planning. Certain investments and people coming to you and they're talking about these highly lucrative investments. And they don't even have an investment policy statement to show you a prospectus, anything that's, registered with the SEC. They don't have anything to show you. They're just telling you what's good. Me, I'd rather just show you and empower you with some tools to consider. And I'm willing to be tried by anyone. It doesn't matter what discipline you come from or what school of thought or of education. Doesn't matter. I'm willing to be tried on the things that I say. But what's important is that you can take information from different sources. Okay, and information is going to be good. It's just no one could really make you get up and do it. Okay, so when it comes to, if I teach you legacy economics and stewardship, how to send assets, cash, and viable business into 3 generations, how you plan for that, and how you prepare your sons and daughters and your grandsons and your granddaughters, and how to actually do that, and how to prepare them and show them, at a young age, or get them in the mindset of these important subjects. Because they say they have a saying, clogs to clogs, something like that, and they say the father buys, the son sells, and the grandson begs. And I'm like, wow, that's something else. Because it's like you can't get it out of 2 generations or 3 generations. Somewhere, someone is missing the mark. And these things can be taught, or you can teach them how to view the wealth that's being passed to them by trust instrument or by, or any other means. But it's best to do it with the trust. Um, you know, it's something about people in their wealth building. If you go to a seminar or any type of financial literacy type class, and they're not talking about insurance policies or trusts, get up and walk out. Get up and walk out. Because economics is consumption, production, and the transfer of wealth. How are you transferring your wealth? How? How are you transferring your wealth? You think you're going to transfer your wealth without a trust? The United States of America, do you consider it a poor or wealthy country? How do you view the United States as wealthy or a poor country? It is a wealthy country. Have you asked yourself, how does the United States collect and manage that wealth? How do they collect and manage that wealth? Through trust instruments, trust funds, everything. Medicare is a trust. Social Security is a trust. Highway, transportation, all trusts. Taxes, everything is being collected and managed in a trust. In a trust. They don't have a LLC. They don't have an LLC. They don't have all of these other different legal entities. No, the United States only operate with trust funds. You know, but this is what I want to tell you. I want to tell you the most powerful instrument, the most powerful legal apparatus you can have is a trust. Find out. Ask your attorneys or people that you know about trust and what they can do for you and how much they cost. It's very important also. And they say, oh, trust is only for wealthy people. Yeah, that's because they understand the need. They understand it's not just something I want to have, it's something that I need in order to transfer wealth from one generation to the next. The attorneys will tell you, they'll give you, boilerplate template for $2,500. I'm sorry, guys. I got my children are making a lot of noise. I'm sure you can hear them, but again, it's real life. I don't want to do this video in an office or anything. It's about family economics, man. This is something that's very important, and this is real life. Well, again, had to break the ice because I said I'm going to do more videos and I'm going to have more concentrated material. Right now, I'm just, giving you some things you can think about. People could, hit me on Instagram and ask me questions, anything about, about wealth building or wealth stewardship, legacy investments, family planning, how to build a private family banking system. Okay, you can build that through trust instrument, because of the trust instrument, you create policy. How do you think the United States is run? They create policy, they create everything by trust instrument. They have everything in a trust. They have over 250 different trusts. I think the Treasury is the trustee for about maybe 18 or 19 of those different trusts. But this is the most powerful country in the world. That's how they collect and manage their wealth. So you should too. Okay. And not only just have it, know how to operate, how to be a great steward, and how to educate your children on how to pass wealth from one generation to the next. So I'll be coming to you live. I'll be coming to you regularly through this page, AV Facts and Figures. so we can converse, and then maybe I can have a live chat where we can get to know each other and ask some questions, okay? Because again, and I'm willing to build alliances out there. This is not about, oh, I'm the best and I'm the only. Again, we have to build with one another. I've already created a name for myself. I've already mentored more than 2,000 families. Okay, that's significant when it comes to my community and the amount of people in my community that care about wealth building and stewardship, about great investments, and so on and so forth. No matter what people are saying out there, my community is definitely involved. They are involved and they're engaged and they want to know. They just want good information. That's all. So when it comes to building alliances with any other teacher out there or any other builder, any person that wants to uh, get things going, um, let's let's have a conversation. Um, Again, this is AV Facts and Figures, and this is pilot. This is just an introduction to me as far as videos is concerned. Those who know me know that this is I've never done one video, and I said I'm going to break the ice and get on with making more videos and getting people involved, through this medium or any other. I guess I'll be doing Facebook lives and yeah. So I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you.